Hi, today is Wednesday, May 31st, 2017, and this is A Swede Speaks. And, I'm 2 days late, but it's finally time for last week in Islamic terror. I should have done this Monday, but I've been busy and I forgot. So, it's time for it now. So let's look at last week then. On Monday, May 22nd, 2017, obviously, in Manchester, England, 22 were killed and 119 wounded after a suicide bomber blew himself up at an Ariana Grande concert. In Hawija, Iraq, 18 civilians were executed by the Islamic State. There were also terrorist attacks in Afghanistan, Syria and Pakistan. On Tuesday, May 23rd, 2017, in Sarkana, Iraq, 13 civilians were executed for trying to escape from the caliphate. In Marawi, Philippines, 3 security personnel were killed during a violent rampage by Abu Sayyaf. And there were also terrorist attacks in Afghanistan, Syria, Thailand and Mali. On Wednesday, May 24th, in Mosul, Iraq, an Islamic State booby trap killed a family of 23 who were taking shelter. In Marawi, in the Philippines, 9 Christians were captured by Islamic militants and shot to death. In Mandera, Kenya, 5 were killed by Islamic bombers and 2 were wounded. And there were also terrorist attacks in Somalia, Pakistan, Indonesia, Nigeria and Afghanistan. Thursday, May 25th, in Shah Wali Kot in Afghanistan, 15 were killed during a Taliban attack and 5 were wounded. In Liboy, Kenya, 5 were killed by Al-Shabaab and 4 were wounded. In Mosul, Iraq, 17 women and 3 children were executed for refusing sex to jihadis. Let that sink in. There were also terrorist attacks in Egypt. Friday, May 26, in Minya, Egypt, 29 Christians were killed on their way to a monastery and 23 wounded. They were massacred by Islamic gunmen. Saturday, May 27th, in Marawi, the Philippines, 19 civilians were killed by Islamic extremists near a university. And in Khost, Afghanistan, 18 were killed and 6 wounded by a suicide bomber at a public bus station. And on Sunday, May 28th, in Mosul, Iraq, at least 40 women and children were killed by the Islamic State when they tried to escape from the city. And also in Mosul, Iraq, 12 were killed when Caliphate members put a hospital on fire. And in Marawi, the Philippines, 8 employees at a rice mill were murdered by jihadis for, quote, having betrayed their faith, end quote. So, as I'm telling you, everywhere where you get Islam at anything above very insignificant numbers, you will have problems. It doesn't matter if it's in the west or in the east, in the north or in the south, there will be problems when Islam takes root in a country. And, I mean, if we are going to pray for these countries, we should. I am all for that. Pray for the Philippines, pray for Mali, pray for Nigeria, pray for Kenya, pray for Iraq, pray for England. Absolutely, we should. And but if that's all we do, and maybe we change our profile pictures on social media to a British flag, or a Kenyan flag, or a Filipino flag, etc. And then we go on and pretend that nothing really happened. Or we might say that something bad happened, but we don't want to talk about the root cause of it. Well, you guess what? Then it will just go on. And that's the reason. That's the reason why we need to address this. And to address this, we need to know the facts. That's why it needs to be highlighted. And that's my real motive for reading you this list every week. So I will do this next week too. I mean, I assume. If there is no Islamic terror, well, there's already been some this week, by the way. So I will next week. But the week after that, if there is no Islamic terror, I will make a video and say that everything's quiet and nice. Thank you, Islam, for being nice this week. If that happens, that's a promise. But Otherwise, I will make a video every week reading up some of the things that's been going on and give you my analysis. You don't really need much of an analysis. The facts speak for themselves, I think so at least. And that's all I have to say about this right now. I would like to thank the people who are supporting this channel. Through prayers, through Patreon, through PayPal, that's all greatly appreciated. And if you like this channel, please subscribe so you don't miss anything. Please share my videos on social media, on Facebook and Twitter and other social media that allows you to share. If you got something to say, feel free to comment. Please like this video if you like it. And I would also like to encourage you to support this channel. And I will include all the necessary information in the information box below. This is A Swede Speaks. Have a nice day.